go time. What's up, guys? Ziggy here with FalTac. It is a cold morning in New Hampshire. Well, I mean, it's 50 degrees in my shop right now, mainly because it was like 42 last night, but it is warmer than outside. So as you can see, I got my door open, some windows open, so I can get some cross flow and try and warm it up in here because I'm not going to be in here all day today. But I am building today a appendix IWB for a GX4, and haven't built this particular setup for a holster yet for the GX4. I have done a ton of inside the waistbands for the GX4, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'm going to show you this complete setup that we're going to be doing. I have both heat presses on right now. The foam is warming up. I've already done a press to warm up the pad as well. I'll probably do another one before we do the material. Reason why my press is only a 16 by 16 or 15 by 15, so it's not large enough to fit both top and bottom pieces of the Kydex if I'm doing a pancake holster. So I set these up so I could do both of them at the same time. That way I don't have to do one in the oven and one in the press. And eventually I will spend the $800 on a press that I can do them both at the same time. It is what it is. This is what I have for now, and I'd rather not spend that money on something I don't need. So let's knock that out. Sadly, before I decided to film this video, I already blocked it. There's nothing special. It is a GX4 from Taurus, and I have one piece of blocking left to put on, and that is for the foamy, but we're using an Ulti-Clip. Let me show you these. Ulti-Clip has a new clip out, which is pretty epic. It is called the Ulti-Tuck, and let me grab a foamy. Here is a 1.5 steel spring foamy, which is what I use. This comes factory on all my holsters. It's standard. And this is the new Ulti-Tuck. And for a size comparison, there you go. It is literally, it's about a ½ inch shorter than the foamy, but as you can see, it is, actually, I wouldn't say it's stronger. It's just as thin, if not thinner. Actually, it looks a little, yeah, it's thinner. And it's the same setup. It is a two-piece design. It is fold over a few ways. You unlock it. It is very, very strong. And it still allows you to tuck it ever so slightly. Good thing about this is you don't have to change up your molding if you want to do a longer Ulti-Clip instead of the Ulti-Tuck, which is nice. So I'm starting to offer these as well. So this is going to be, they asked for an Ulti-Clip. So we're going to throw that right here so he still has that option. The Ulti-Clip is phenomenal if you're not wearing a belt. If you're in scrubs, gym shorts, or anything like that, this is what I'd recommend. But always remember, it is sharp. It is such thin spring steel, and it's so strong. The edges right here will eventually ruin your clothes. It's inevitable. It happens, and it is what it is. But I'm going to let that warm up just a little bit more. This is going to be in carbon fiber. Now, when somebody asks for carbon fiber or any solid color, I always do the front that, and the back I always do in black. Reason being is, one, you don't have to waste material, but the two-tone contrast is always very nice, and you can't laser on super light colors, so that's why I do black all of it, because I mark all my holsters. And let's get it going. As I say this every time I do carbon fiber, do not forget to take this off because it leaves an absolute mess. And when you do it, you will scream, "Osh!" and you will have fun cleaning it off your press. Just saying. Anyway, so I cut this. It is excessively wide. I do this for a reason. I'm going to cut the black now, and let's get it in the press. The magazine part is going to be vacuum formed, which it's all my design. And should be good. Our Kydex is in the press. Everything's all set. Foam is on top. It is nice and warm. It's still cold in here, but those are good. I messed up the other day. I laughed my ass off. So this piece of hose right here, obviously it's attached to my compressor because that's how we cool things. Well, this press was open and this was too close and it blew the line apart. And that was fun because it's like 150 PSI. So shutting the air off and watching it was quite the time. But anyways, we got 103 seconds left on those. They're going to go in the press, and I will show you how it looks right here. We got out of the press. Bam, here we are right here. These marks right here, don't worry about them. They're getting cut off and thrown out, so don't worry about it. But that's from the foam itself. Anyways, so look how good that came out. Now, The reason why I do it oh so big is, you ever get a holster that it folds over itself? I don't have one here to show you because it's happened a few times. But what you do is you put it in the press and it'll form underneath and pinch. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to describe it. So to get rid of that, do the piece a lot longer than it should. And what will happen is the sides of the foam contacts the edges, and it doesn't allow it to push in and then roll under itself. It holds it in place and then it stretches the rest down, if that makes any sense to you. So do a longer piece of Kydex and you won't get that fold over like showing here. So longer piece on foam, perfect. But I'm going to cut this off and this off so it's easy to work with, so give me a second. So moving on, gonna do the mag carrier now. This is my own personal setup, so if you don't already know, I make drones like this. So it's a this one is 940, or no, this is 45 10mm double stack with MRD blocking for your foam pressing. And what I do is I cut them in half like so, and I use that for vacuum forming for doing my sidecars. And like I said, I do offer these. They're not on my website right now, only because they take some time to make, and I'm still trying to get the process down on that. So I'm focusing on holsters while I work on that on the side. But anyways, for this, what I do is I have a plate, because I have figured out that if you just vacuum form this right here on your table, then the Kydex will, you know, curve up at the ends, and then it's just hard to work with, because then you got to heat it up, bend it back down, and then put your eyelets in, and then it's just a pain in the butt. So by adding a plate underneath it, this one is massive, so I waste a lot of Kydex, so I'm going to be cutting a new one, but this is what I have. But anyways, adding a plate will allow you to have the perfect flat mating surface, and it works awesome. So let's set this up. Here, sort out my mesh, throw that guy down, you can see the mesh through the hole. Then I'm going to take another piece of mesh, and then this is the correct one we're doing. Got to remember, since I'm doing carbon fiber on this side, on the front side, and black on the other side, I'm on my last piece of carbon fiber, so if I mess this up, I need to reheat it and try it again. But anyways, this is the side that's going to be carbon fiber, and this is going to be the setup. So let's go ahead, heat up the decks, and get it on. And voila, that's what it gives you. Not too shabby. Now to the other side. And number 2, I'll show you exactly how I make this part as well. And we have it cut down to what we need. Bing, bang. And what I'm going to do is this side right here is going to stay attached. I'm not going to open that up. We're going to open this side and get the mold out. Bada bang. Now I'm going to drill right here, and then I'll continue the rest. I'm going to go ahead and take my drill guide, which is right here. Now we're going to come down, be roughly here to here. So probably just be 4 eyelets. Yep, 4. Get a good spot. Figure out where you want them. And right there, I will drill those and add the eyelets. And clean your holes. Now, since you didn't take this apart, that's still fused together, you don't have to clean inside. So go ahead and set your eyelets. And now all I'm going to do is mark the drill points, which just do that. Obviously we know this one is going to be used. Bam, that's perfect. And this one is getting a claw. So we're going to put it low enough to where it'll still hit the belt, or high enough it'll hit the belt, but low enough where when you grab the firearm, you're not going to hit that. So right here is absolutely perfect, and we know where to go. So now we could do our outline. the back there, and then that will come down just on the outside of that, extend in down like so. So I'll drill, and then drill, cut it out, sand it, shape it, and we will jump on these. Okay, now just assembly, and we're gonna do one more little modification to this part of the holster. Just gotta clear this up. All right, so let's get our claw in. Start off with our 1/8 inch pass-throughs. Use our 3/4 inch. Set it in the spot you want it. Tighten that guy down. Get your bushings in there. The multi-clip in. Oh, gotta deburr the back. This is our Noga RC2000. Go. And before I mount that, do a quick clean. That way it's clean underneath the ulti clip. All right. Center that up, put it where you want it. There we go. All right, now we're gonna do one more thing, and this side will be all set. All right, now that this half is all done, let's go ahead and finish this half. Let's do it. So it's carbon fibers in the front. I'm going to go ahead and drill all 4 of these. These ones I'm only going to drill 2. So for the MRD, we're going to drill the 1/4 inch. And for the foamy part, it's going to be our normal size, which is, it's a good question, 7/32. All right, that's done. Go back to this. We'll clean the holes. All right, now, I can't wait to clean this. All right, I'm just gonna get this ready. We don't need it at the moment, but just moving it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my MRD, our 7/32, and drill this out. You don't have to drill this out. They actually do sell threaded posts that are skinny enough to go inside. I personally don't use them, just because it's just extra hardware to keep in mind. So I just drill it out, and I use 1/4 inch minimum, and then those are 1/2 inch. You can go a little bit bigger on each side if you want, but these get a good amount of Loctite on them, so I'm never too worried about them. So we will throw this here. throw these guys in. Make sure your MRD is facing the wrong way. I've completely built one before and I had it facing the wrong way, and kind of a pain to take apart after this. Go ahead, throw this in, tighten it down. And before I tighten it, I'm going to grab a double stack mag. That way it stays square. Just throw a clamp on it real quick. There we go. And there's that. So now when the GX4 goes in there, they can adjust it. But now what we're going to do is figure out where we're going to put all of our holes. I can tell you that I always put one hole here. And this is going to come down. I'm going to follow that body line. And we're going to come down like so. And we are going to grab this. And these need to stay in line with each other. And right about there. So let's mark that there. And that looks perfect. So we did 4 here. So I will grab this and do 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So this is going to go like that. And then we'll have it like so. Put another eyelet there. And this, I come down and then curve over like so. I'm going to go ahead, drill all these out, throw the eyelets in, and then you'll see it. Now before you throw your eyelets in, spread it apart, blow out in between so you get no debris inside so it sits flush, and go ahead, throw your eyelets in, and then cut out your shape. All right, now that the GX4 is done, all set, it is lasered, we are good to go. The magazine is all set as well, so let's marry the two. Let's get it on. For that, I will be using a 550 paracord, but not this piece. Let me grab it. Doesn't need to be that long. Got this here. Go ahead and melt the ends. This one I'm just gonna bubble up. You get it on your thumb, no big deal. All right, do that. And I'm gonna tie this end in a knot as close as I can, and then pull it. There we go, right there. And then I'm gonna reheat the end so it starts to bubble again, and then I push it down on itself. Now that knot ain't coming out. Let's put it together. Pretty straightforward. I start with, I always do the mag carry on the bottom, so whoop, forgot to do this side. Get that going. This one I roll into a point. There we go. Go up through the bottom, pull tight, the knot will get tighter. And this I just loosely go through. Then back up. Wow. There we go. And in. And back over. All right, so that's what that looks like. I'm not going to pull it tight. I'm just showing you. So it's in, so it's just doing this. That's all it's doing. And then we're going to go back through. Shove that through. You might need a pick to do it, but that's why we go ahead and do the point. All right, get that through there. Back to that side with my fat fingers, and then back in on this side. And what we're going to do now is pull it tight. Oh, I just pulled that one out. Pulled the wrong one. let's get that back in the hole. It's easier if you have just, you know, just a little bit longer piece, but we didn't need that big of a piece. There we go. All right, so again, we're going to pull that one tight. Then it's into this one. And then that guy, and then this guy. And then you're going to pull tight on that one, and then tight on that one. And there we go. And I'll take it. Just get it not as low as possible. Pull it tight. Cut it without cutting the Kydex or yourself. Time for a new razor. And back to the lighter. It's a crappy lighter. You have to buy more. Get it nice and bubbly. And push it down. And so there is a holster with Sidecar for the PX4 and magazine. Hell yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching this episode. This GX4 and Sidecar came out absolutely amazing. Hope the customer likes it. It's going all the way down to Florida. And again, huge shout out to Holstersmith and KnifeKits.com. Without them, then none of this would be possible. So thank you guys again. Have fun, make good decisions. Love you. See you later. Bye.